guys, welcome back to my channel. I always forget to say this, so I'm going to say it right now while I remember. Please subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do, so I know that you like the videos, so that more people can access the videos and I can keep creating them, and I will keep creating them because I want to get my message out to as many people as possible. So today, well, I just had my bender event and it went so well. So I thought I'd do a YouTube because sitting down though, I'm doing sitting down YouTubes right now because of this baby. I can cross my legs though, which is an improvement. It's really getting there anyway. It's been a while since I did a YouTube, sorry about that. But, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. While I'm tan, I was like, I might as well milk it and do a YouTube. So that's what I'm doing. I'm probably going to do a few. So I reckon like the next 5 will be like in this dress because I'm not getting changed. So why am I holding this? Today, I want to talk to you guys about being off the pill and, you know, and the fact that you're not going to get pregnant necessarily when you're off the pill. So I think many people... we know that a lot of people go on the pill for contraception, as well as skin and balancing their hormones, which I will talk about maybe in a little bit if we have time. I feel like I should put a timer on because I always go really, really long in my YouTubes. Anyway, so I want to talk to you guys today about what you can do to prevent pregnancy when you come off the pill. A first thing that you should know is that you can only get pregnant 6 days in your cycle. You cannot get pregnant outside of these days because you are not fertile. So society has conditioned us to think that, you know, you can get pregnant at any time and therefore the pill's the best option because it means that you can't get pregnant. But actually, when you're off the pill, there's only a week, less than a week, that you can likely get pregnant because that's when your fertile windows are open. Once you start regulating your periods, cycle syncing, which I'll talk about in another episode, and understanding your body, you will know, okay, actually I'm only ovulate, like you only ovulate 24 hours, but you'll know when your ovulation date is, and therefore you can have a smaller time with which you should use a condom or another form of contraception because during that time, you know, that's when you can get pregnant. But for the rest of us, it's about the 6 day, but as a general statement, it's 6 days. That's what I'm trying to say. So the method that I use, and I think is a great intro method when you're starting out to understand your body and your hormones and your cycle and whatnot. And it's also great to just know what's happening in your body besides your cycle, but your cycle is actually a really good indicator of your health. So it's called the fertility awareness method, and there's 3 different parts to it. So the first part is that you can feel your cervix because your cervix changes size and shape throughout your cycle. There's another one where you look at your cervical fluids, and there's another one called the temperature method. And the temperature method is what I use, and it's a great intro for it. And then you can start going on to your cervical fluid and stuff and understanding a bit about that, but I'll talk about that in another episode just to keep things short. So this is my basal temperature thermometer. And basically I measure my temperature every morning as soon as I wake up. I don't pee, I don't do anything. You gotta do it as soon as you wake up, and it will tell you your thermometer, and then you log it in to an app. Oh, I should show you the app. So this is the app. So today I should use protection, it's saying, oops. But basically all you'll do in the morning is you would just click here and you'll log your temperature in with whatever it says on the thermometer. You can write notes if you want. You can say whether you had sex with protection or whether you didn't. You can also be doing an ovulation test, which I will talk about in another episode, and that's really important. And you can also then be you can find out when you're actually ovulating, which helps with your whole cycle. And you can say whether you got your period or you're spotting, and you can also write notes down the bottom. So that is called natural cycles. Right there is where it is. The thing I want to tell you guys which is the most important thing, is the pill, whilst it's great for not getting pregnant, not only can it cause you a number of health issues, whether you can see them or not, it's still damaging your body. But there's these two different rates. So in the fertility awareness method and the pill, just to compare the two, the typical, though I should start with the perfect use rate of the fertility awareness method is 0.6%. Okay, so 0.6% of people will get pregnant. That's what it's saying for the perfect use rate. Whereas the pill, the perfect use rate is 0.3. Very, very close, can I say. Obviously the pill is a little bit less likely, but only by a minute amount. But this is where it gets interesting. People on the pill, I don't know one person on the pill, and I didn't when I was on the pill, I don't know one person who actually takes their pill every single day at the exact same time, makes a conscious effort, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know anyone. People forget, they do an hour before, an hour after, they skip a day here or there, and this becomes the typical use rate. So the typical use rate of the pill is 9%. 9% of people will get pregnant with the typical use rate, which is what we should actually measure our statistics, measure, you know, the likelihood of, because you are a typical person, you're not a perfect person. And this is where it gets interesting. But the fertility awareness method, the typical use rate is 1.8% compared to 9% on the pill. That's a big fat difference, and one is doing nothing good for your body, whereas the other one is actually allowing you to understand your cycle, understand your body, and connect with yourself, and you are going to have a healthier cycle and a healthier period from that. So that's really interesting. So if you've been considering, you're like, I could get pregnant, if you understand the fertility awareness method, you use it well, you understand your body, then there's actually a greater chance of you getting pregnant on the pill. I mean, you hear about it all the time, people getting pregnant and they're on the pill, because it's just human nature. We're not going to do it perfectly every time. But with the fertility awareness method, I mean, once you get into it, you're doing things like cervical fluid, like you go to the bathroom every day, you can't miss it, you know, like if it's that time where you're going to get pregnant, you can't miss it when you go to the bathroom and you wipe. So it's pretty simple. So I kept this one short and sweet, but this is the natural contraception I use. Of course, condoms are also a great one because they're non-hormonal. They are not natural hormones that are made from your body in the pill. They are synthetic hormones, and they don't help balance your hormone and get you to have a regular period. They stop your period altogether. You don't get a period, you don't get a cycle, and you don't get the hormones. You don't get the hormones that you would get every month at ovulation that keep you healthy, keep you youthful, vital, strong, happy, keep your libido going. You don't get that when you're on the pill. So when people say they go on the pill to balance their hormones, they're not actually, the pill's not actually balancing their hormones or giving them a regular period. It's actually just putting their period on pause and stopping that fluctuation altogether, stopping the cycle altogether. That's what the pill does. Actually, when they first invented the pill, they weren't allowed to bring a pill into the market that would stop your period and your cycle. So that's where the whole thing came up. Well, actually, it regulates your period. It doesn't fucking regulate your period. It stops your period, and then when you come off the pill, if you're lucky, then you'll go back to having a normal cycle. But for most, like me, you will struggle for a long time to get your period back. It takes something like 12 to 14 years for your cycle to actually mature. So most of us go on the pill when we're, 16, 17, and we've only had our period for a year or two, maybe a bit longer if you were one of the young ones. I was one of the older ones. So we haven't let our cycle mature, and then we get to wanting to have a baby when we're 28 or whatever, but we've been on the pill for so long that our cycle hasn't even matured by the time we want to have a baby, and that becomes dangerous. So it's this whole thing where it's like the media is telling us one thing, doctors are saying one thing, and then what's actually happening is a completely different thing, and it's pretty tragic. But anyway, the main thing I wanted to talk about today was the natural forms of contraception and what you can do when you come off the pill. And if this is something that you're worried about and you want to come off the pill but you don't know what's going to happen when you come off the pill, you want to, you don't want to get pregnant, blah, 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 you're not going to get pregnant. Not if you're careful and you follow the fertility awareness method. But if you're thinking about coming off the pill, I'll link this company below, Natural Cycles, but it does take a little while for these to come in the mail because it's all the way from Sweden or Norway or something. So does it say on here? It says Germany on here, but I think it's Norway or something. Anyway, it does take a little while, so you want to make sure that you order up with plenty of time. And of course, when you're first coming off your pill, everything's a bit erratic, so you just want to practice safe sex all the time so that you don't fall pregnant. But you starting to use this as soon as possible is great, and you want to be using this for about 3 months before, was it a month? You want to be using this for about, I think it's a month, or it'll say when you get the package. You know, you want to be using it to measure your temperature diligently for every morning for a month before you then start relying on it about when it says not safe, safe. You want it to get to know your cycle, and it will get to know your cycle. So that is today's episode of, I don't have a name for these episodes, your period. I'm going to film another one now because that one was nice and short, which is good. Please subscribe, please like below, please follow me on Instagram, and please send through any of your questions that you've got, because I love hearing them and I love answering them, because you're not the only girl that has that question. There's many other girls with the exact same question. So thank you.